of the place up in Dallas. Okay, looks okay. We're live. Welcome everyone. We're here at the this is the Saturday morning Empower Network Team Certainty Google Hangout questions and answer session period for prospective new members as well as current members as well. We do these Google Hangouts twice a week. For those of you who don't know, I say this every time. I'm sure people are getting tired of it, but this is for all the new viewers that are coming in and watching us. We do these Google Hangouts twice a week. We do them Saturday mornings, this time period, from 11 to 11:30 a.m. Central Time here in the United States, as well as Wednesday nights from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock Central Time as well here in the United States. We do the Wednesday nights for an hour, this session, Saturday morning sessions, a lot more lax, and it's primarily for questions and answers and to update prospective new members on anything new that we have. But we get a lot of questions that come in throughout the week from all the members, and support will send them to us, and then we answer them here on the Saturday morning sessions here at our Google Hangout for prospective new members. I have with me this morning Mr. Gary Smith. How are you doing, Mr. Smith?
Good. Hi, folks.
Okay, good. And Mr. Iron Dane Richards is going to join us here in just a little bit as well. I'm actually doing a little traveling, and I'm not at my normal, throne, if you will, and I'm actually in Dallas. And this is it's kind of funny because I'm on my way to Nebraska, actually driving, and actually Kansas, but you can pretty much call it Nebraska where I'm going. And so I left early this morning from where I live in South Texas, and I was trying to figure out a place to go to do this hangout, and I'm back at this Sheraton in Dallas where we did the Empower Network hangout here in Dallas. I'm in the lobby, so I kind of knew the layout and where to park and everything else, and so this is where I'm at the Sheraton here in Dallas, and we got a lot of questions. We'll get those here in just a minute. Anything new going on in your neck of the woods up there, Mr. Smith?
Car wash today to try to get our boys to regionals next weekend. Our 12-year-old baseball team. It's they need about $10,000, and I think we've got about 6,000 of it. So.
All right, good. You should take a
car wash, so I'm gonna go get my car washed. I'm not gonna go down and wash no cars, but I'm gonna go get my car washed.
Well, you talk about these young men, these boys, quite often in these Google Hangouts. Get a picture of them, show us what they can do, and just do something on your phone or something, and. So we can kind of identify, with their age group and what they're doing. I'm sure they're having a blast, and especially if they have the chance to go higher up and progress in the competition, statewide, nationwide. That'd be great.
Yeah. Well, the one mom, she's putting everything on Facebook, so I got to get the link set up with her while the boys are washing the car. I figured I'd do that.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be perfect. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. And again, thank you, welcome members for coming in and watching today. If you're watching live on one of our Google Hangout pages or broadcast pages, as well as one of our YouTube channels, thank you for spending the time Saturday morning to come in and watch, whether you watch this replay or live. I certainly appreciate your time, and we'll give you some good content here this morning, and let you get on your way with your Saturday mornings. I know we all have plans, and I get to get back on the road again. I'm going to throw the first question out at you, Mr. Smith, here, and let's see. The first question is this. Well, again, this question it's similar to what we had last week, but go ahead. This is a good one. I really love this question. This is a little bit of variation of it, so you can answer it. But it says you guys have many ways to make money online. Of all the ways, what one way do you enjoy the most? Now, we answered a similar question to that, last week, but not,
Actually, Mike, I don't think that was the one that they meant to put there.
Okay, did you see a different one up there? I can't see it. I came in a little bit late. Did you see a different one up there?
I saw it in the queue, and I kind of liked it, and so I transferred it, and I think I may have transferred last week's question. Sorry. It's
It's fine. If you can read the current one then, just so the viewers know what the question is. And you can ask yourself the question. It doesn't matter.
okay. Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened to it. Where that sucker went. um, okay. The guy said, I'm on a fixed income and I can only afford $45 a month. Do you think Empower Network is a good fit for me? And I love that question because this comes up all the time, guys. I've had students say, I feel guilty selling these people, getting these people involved because my feeling is they really can't afford it. Okay, my response to that is it's not your place to question someone's ability. They may be the best person you've ever signed up in your life and may exceed you in a heartbeat. You don't know what they're capable of and what they aren't capable of. And my feeling is if that's what you can afford, the $45 a month, that is enough. But to get to some of the trainings, the initial investment that you're going to have to make, you're going to have to spend a little bit more to buy some of the training. So maybe you can sell something, that you have, or come up with a one-time fee of $100 or a couple $100 to get some of the training. The $25 entry level will get you going with the blogs and everything, which is a great beginning. But then to actually sell the products, you're going to have to set up your affiliate program, which is another $19, and these are a month. And then the Inner Circle, which is an excellent product because they've revamped this thing to help people start up quicker and see quicker results. And Mike will have a different twist on this too, I'm sure. But this is a great question to me because can I afford it? Well, it's not really my place as a person selling that to you to judge that for you. This is something that your abilities and your gusto, so to speak. Are you going to hit this thing hard, or are you just going to be real passive with it and expect it to produce for you? Now, the new product that we have coming when the iPass 2 is actually set up for the new people to help them sell like an experienced marketer, right out of the chute, being a virgin internet marketer. So there's a lot of twist to this question, and I'll say it again, Mike, and then I'll let you take it. It says I'm on a fixed income and I only have $45 a month to invest. Do you think Empower Network, if you just put E in, is a good fit for me?
Yeah, you touched on a couple good things there that I particularly subscribe to as well, and but one of the most particular ones that you touched on is I don't have the right to to judge what somebody else is capable or not capable of doing, and I don't think anybody really has the right to do that, especially if somebody really has a good example is, I'll tell you a real quick story. I had a buddy I went to college with. I mean, this guy was great football player, top of the line, making great A's, excellent grades, did very well. He didn't go beyond college like a lot of us did, but that came out of this one particular class in the school. But but he went on to, I think he got on new insurance and everything else. Well, basically what happened was I saw this guy about 10 years ago, and I saw him up in Austin, Texas, at a reunion, and just casually, like you're always happy to see people that you spent 4 years in college with, and shenanigans and everything else. This guy was big into having a lot of fun. Anyway, to make a long story short, he actually fell on really, really hard times, and and I don't know what it was. I think he got into construction and lost everything for the turn of the century, 2000, 2001, something like that. Anyway, but he lost everything. He said, wife, houses, everything. And he said he was down on his dumps, basically on one of his last. Stay with me, Richard. And on his last leg, and went into this one place and said, I don't know I don't know how to sell cars. I have no clue on how to sell cars, but I am so hungry, I'll do it. And I'll make it work. So there's a lot of those that you get here in Empower Network that come along that way. They're just so look, I'll do whatever it takes to do it, and that's where I kind of touch, in regards to, you don't have the right to judge. You have to tell them what they're doing. Now, one last thing, and Gary, take this. This is Mr. Iron Day and Richard on the other line here, so I need to get to him. But the iPass 2, when the iPass 2 comes out, instead of spending the $25 to join and see if you're really good at blogging or this is what you want to do, the iPass 2 has a $7 product that explains everything in detail. It's a $7 product, and it gives you a tremendous amount, of information, about Empower Network and what's involved with it all, and that's a wonderful, wonderful product. So that's going to be able to help people out quite a bit. So anyway, do you have any further comments on that, Gary?
Yeah, I'll bet the buddy ended up being one of their top car salesmen because, a lot of people, and Dave Wood's stories that he tells all the time, and Sharps and all these guys have scraped the bottom, and that's what actually made him perform so well. That when you get yourself to a point that, I have to succeed, it goes up, your production and everything goes up tremendously because you have no choice. You have to succeed. So a lot of times hitting the bottom is actually, a good thing. And being broke, there's a need that's going to drive you that you wouldn't drive, say, as hard if you're in a comfortable position. Now, see, I'm that way. I signed up to Empower Network and didn't even look at it for 6 months. It's just coming rolling through my, credit card, and I look at my credit card statement one day and I go, God, I've been paying this for 6 or 8 months here. I ought to have a look at it. And see, because I have a comfort level, so I'm not really pushed to, to perform like somebody that is hit bottom and they need to really push and make this thing happen no matter what. Those are a lot of times your biggest success stories because there's a need there. There's an absolute need and a drive. A hungry man will do, extraordinary things.
Right. Hey, Richard. All right, that's very good. Yeah, Richard, how you doing?
Good. How you guys doing? We got a little late start here. My computer was a little bit goofy, so I'm like, I just called Mike on the phone, and he goes, I can hear in the background you guys are doing the hangout. I said, well, I'll be right there.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, we feel bad, that I'm sitting here in the luxury of my home, and Mike's on the road, and he's performing better on the road than I am here in my own house.
I was going to say, that's what I was laughing about, too, is I'm like, I said, man, I hope he's okay, because I know he's traveling today. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I actually stopped here in Dallas, and I'm at the same the hotel that we did the Empower Network deal, the regional deal, 6 months ago or whatever it was, and I knew where to park and where to go and do all this stuff at. So it's really actually kind of convenient. But we're almost done here though. But we got a couple of real quick questions here, and I'm gonna. There's one here that I need to take because it has to do with iPass, and I want to give a quick update on that. I'm just going to ask myself that question. The viewer just asked, what's the latest iPass update? I've got a little bit of information on it, and the reason why I have this information is because we've been eagerly waiting for the iPass 2 to come out, and it just seems to be delay and delay and delay and delay, and it's truly kind of at the stage now of almost silly. But it's it's Chris Jones's and those guys' gig, and it's going to be a wonderful product when it comes out. I'd rather not hear anything about it until it comes out. The problem is there's so many people sitting on the sidelines right now not doing anything, because they expected it to be out months and months and months ago. They're moving on to other things now. People are moving on to other things and doing other things. We're not, obviously. We're here waiting, and we know what iPass is going to be able to do with Empower Network. But I did speak with a very high source. I can't kind of disclose his information of who he is or what he does because it'll expose exactly his name and everything. But his comment, this guy's very tied in a sense as a provider, if you want to call it that, to the situation, and he told me that it looks like another 30 days, at least, for iPass. That's what he told me, and that's not very encouraging. He said that he's eagerly waiting in anticipation for it to pop through, but he goes, it's just a combination of the compliance at Empower Network and and the slowness of the programmers, is a combination of it, of what the issue is. So, I'm not sure if there's politics involved as well, but I could only imagine there are, to some extent. Hopefully it's not a great big bit, but so we're looking at now close to August, or at least August, maybe even September, Labor Day weekend, for it to come out. I mean, that's 6 weeks away. So, we'll see. But that's the news I have. That's the only other news I have. If I get anything else between now and, the next hangout or whenever, I'll certainly disclose it with everybody. But I'm the type of guy that, if it's bad news, I want you to hear it. You need to hear it. And so you can make some decisions and act accordingly. And I do the same thing. Nothing's going to change for me. I'm still sitting on the sidelines. I'm going to do my regular stuff, but I'm obviously waiting for this iPass 2, like we all are, to roll out so we can start, implementing it and making good money. Now, I will say this, that this contact of mine, he was vehemently, if that's the proper word, which it isn't, adamant about how good and what a game changer this product is, this iPass is. He goes, the system and how it's set up, that it's a winner at every level. He says if you're a black member of iPass 2 black level, he said, and you're not making 10 grand a month minimum, he goes, you should, go try and fly a kite or jump off a cliff or something, because, it's going to be that, easy and simple to do and deal with, as a black member, iPass black member, of which we all are. So here, at least at this panel. So anyway, that's the update. Mr. Ryan Dane Richards, why don't you just pull whatever question you want off of the board? You can ask yourself the question and get one good question in there for yourself, and then we can throw it around for the last comments, and you can leave us with a good quote, and we can all get on our way Saturday morning.
Sorry about running the computer system today, but yeah, one says, what have I learned from my experience with being on with Empower Network? What have I learned since I've come aboard? And folks, now that's pretty incredible. I've met a lot of great people. I've done a lot of traveling, and I've learned a lot more about inside things on the internet, especially on how to do promotion for my other business and yet still promote my Empower Network business. So I think that's really a key thing to understand, is that as you do this, there's a great support system. So if you have questions, or sometimes like us, if there's a day and things aren't really coming up all roses, we may chat with each other to pump each other up. So I mean, it's been a great learning experience for all of us, I think. is that, we have learned how to do a lot of different things on the internet. And the more you learn, the more you make. And I mean, that's the bottom line. It's just the more you're learning. And they have some great training videos. And in the back office of Team Certainty, we have a lot of good training. And, so I think that's probably my answer on that. But, the one thing, if you wanted to have a quote that brings to mind is Thomas Jefferson. You'll like this one, Gary. Do you want to know who you are, really? Well, don't ask. Act. Because action will delineate and define you more than anything.
I love that quote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I remember hearing it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't exact word for word, I'm sure, but it's pretty close. But sometimes I paraphrase these folks because I can't remember them word for word, but I do my best. But I always love that one from him. Is the action, it'll delineate, it'll define you, no doubt about it. So folks, I don't know if they've already put the plug in, but there's 3 buttons down below here. Today's always the best day in the world to get started. So
I'm gonna liven this up. I'm kind of rolling this off the cuff. That learning thing, if you aren't learning something new, I kind of stumbled across something last night that you can create yourself an income-producing stream, and this is a perfect time because you get yourself set up for the Christmas selling season. And this is something anybody can do. It's like super simple. And it's like a sideline income that will come in and help feed your Empower Network and internet marketing venture, which is not inexpensive if you want to hit this thing the right way. And this iPass 2 being delayed another 30 days depresses me. So what I'm going to offer right now is, I'll tell you, if you sign up to the Inner Circle level, that's a $125 investment. If you sign up to that level, I will give you a free hour on the phone with me teaching you this process. If you sign up to the $625 level, the Costa Rica, I will give you 2 hours. And by the end of that time, you will have an income-producing stream that starts plunking money into your PayPal account almost immediately. Okay? And that's all you got to do to sign up for that. And that is good for if you sign up with Big Mike, you sign up with Richard, you sign up with me, I don't care. You sign up with any one of these 3 people that you see our faces on the board, I'll give you that time. I'll give you my time, and I'll teach you. And that's how serious I am about this. And everything that we do. I mean, I've stumbled across a way that anybody can do this. It is super, super simple. It's a copy and paste, and I'll walk you through it. I'll hold your hand. We get real friendly. I'll pat you on the butt.
All right, that's very good. That's very good. And yeah, really.
That's what I'm saying. Can I sign up?
Yeah. Well, we're past bottom of the hour, but Mr. Irondean, Richard, do you have any closing comments, and then throw it back to me. And Gary, do you have anything else in closing, or is that it? It's a good way to close. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to throw out something really. I mean, sink your teeth into this, folks, and because I don't offer this, worth it. And my time is just jammed here, but I'm looking for some fresh blood.
Yeah, $1,000 an hour, folks. You can't go wrong.
If you've got a desire to make some money online, I will show you a way, but I need a commitment out of you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Mr. Irondean Richards?
Well, I was going to say I appreciate that offer because Mr. Gary normally charges $1,000 an hour to us, the rest of us normal folks. So I mean that's a good bargain. It started right today, but no, not really. I just I'm glad I made the tail end of this thing. But folks, come and see us again Wednesday is the best thing I can say, and we'll kind of get you updated on some other things going on outside that we've been working on. So, but that's kind of it, folks.
Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm glad you can make it in here too as well. And the only comment that I have is that I really like the question that came in today too about how the not only do we do things, but what is the someone's only got a limited fixed income. What are they supposed to do? How are they supposed to join, and can they join? And it's not our right to determine, whether $25, is if that's all you can afford, whether you should or you shouldn't do it. Only you that has the money make the commitment. And as the stories of both Gary Smith and I said about, some of the situations that we know of, and we particularly may have been in ourselves, that when you hit a level where you're able to do anything, the past means absolutely nothing. It's what you want to do or what you have to do. And I've been in those modes before, business-wise, where if it's not revenue generating, then it doesn't get 1 ounce of my attention. I don't care what it is. And I've gone to extremes with that too. So anyway, one last thing I'd like to say, and this is a quote that I'm going to close with here, and it's one of my favorite quotes that I use all the time, and it's what Wayne Gretzky said. And he says, he goes, I never made any shot I didn't take. So the whole idea is to take a shot. If you take a shot, then who knows, you might make it. And that's what the buttons are for below. So, thank you, viewers. Thank you, Mr. Iron Dane Richard. Thank you, Mr. Gary Smith, for this morning.
You're
today,
welcome.
Saturday, and we'll be back here again Wednesday evening from 8 to 9 Central Time here with an hour's worth of good content. For those of you viewing, watching this on replay or watching it live, thank you again for taking the time. Enjoy your Saturday. For those of you watching live or wherever you are in the world, and we'll be back here Wednesday night. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, fellas. Take care.
Take care, everybody.